Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the host of Fun Friday Comedy, Jori O'Neale.
Hey, we're back. What's going on? Welcome. I am your host of Fun Friday Comedy, Jori O'Neale. That'd be a good place to put a laugh. Let's try again. Sleeping at the wheel, sir. On the ones and twos, usually making me seem funnier than I actually am, is DJ DeSoto.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's Don't Sleep on the Old School, folks. It's an acronym. We'll talk about those later. Before we start the show, and I say we, I mean all of us together, collectively, because without you, this wouldn't be possible. Literally, I like your money. It's very, I can't front. But it's been a while since we've been together, and it's so glad to be back. It's been like a month since the last show, babe. Yeah, it's been a month. Done a couple of shows in between then, with comedians from LA to BK. Super excited about those. We we did a Father's Day show recently. I hopefully you all were able to catch that. If not, you can download it on my website, iyhentertainment.com. Yes, shameless plug. But after the show, a couple of people, they asked me if like the stories about like my grandfather giving me like tobacco products was true or not. Okay. So it wasn't like a couple of people. It was like a few people, just a few. Okay, guys, you got me. It was just like one dude. All right, my bad. Listen, you guys are a tough crowd tonight, man. You guys are tough. You want the truth. I love it. It's good. No, so this guy, he asked me, he's like, I'm surprised that you're like not smoking right now while we're talking. Just because like traditionally when people are exposed to, tobacco products at an early age, it tends to become abusive to it and or some other type of narcotic. Statistics show that when you introduce students, I'm a teacher. Only when the sun is up though. In the nighttime I'm a comedian, so no worries. But it's statistically proven that when you introduce teens to things like weed and stuff, it becomes like this gateway to like all these other things. Now don't get me wrong, I don't smoke now. 2 reasons. 1, Jesus, gotta love him. And second, inflation. Gotta hate it, because look, cigarettes are expensive. I don't have 825 just for a habit that's gonna put me in the ground 20 years earlier. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't like it. Not to say that I didn't smoke, because I did used to smoke. I don't know if that's proper grammar. We'll talk about that later. But I did smoke. Unfortunately, at an early age. Started at about, I want to say maybe 12 years old, started smoking. I didn't realize until I was writing the jokes for the night that it coincided directly with like my grandfather passing away. You should put an awe in there because it was sad. It was a very sad day for me. Aww. Thank you. Sound engineers, I tell you. But it was I didn't know like about the correlation literally until I was writing the set. But I felt like I was smoking to feel closer to him, if that makes any sense at all. And so in order to obtain these, because I'm 12, right? I would steal them. Shh, don't tell anyone in my family. They're all watching. Don't tell them. I would steal them from like my aunts and uncles and cousins during family get-togethers. Usually while they were playing like spades or bid whiz. If you've never played bid whiz, don't. It's a very cutthroat game. You might not leave there with all 10 fingers. Let me just say that right now. But I would steal them by the twos. Like I would steal a couple at a time to kind of hold me over to the next event. Maybe like a month later or so. And I did this for, I want to say maybe 5 years. 5 years I did this. And And I don't know, maybe they knew, maybe they didn't, but no one ever said anything. I'm probably going to get a lot of emails and phone calls after this. But it's all good, because I'm a grown woman now. You can't do nothing to me. You can't do nothing to me. Except for TT Yvonne. I'm sorry, TT Yvonne. She's crazy enough to still probably try to beat me. No, but no one knew. No, that was the wildest thing. No one knew, because I was a closet smoker, right? That didn't mean I smoke in a closet. That's just stupid and dangerous. You can start fires like that. Like, don't do that. What I mean is that I smoked only when I was alone, right? So like some people, they're public smokers. They only smoke when they're out with their friends. I only smoked when I was by myself. So I was like an antisocial smoker, which unfortunately in high school turned into a lonely stoner. Yeah. But listen, at 17, I decided I was gonna quit cold turkey, right? And nothing noble, nothing exemplary for my reasoning, literally because it became too expensive and too inconvenient. They started banning indoor smoking. It was like, you mean I have to get up from my chair to go smoke? I'm not doing that. Let's just quit while we're ahead. Because if one of the two things is going to kill me, I'd rather be sedentary living than cigarette smoke. I pick my battles very wisely. But the economic part of it, though, like when I went to college, I was like, oh, my family's too far to steal from. Oh, I might have to get a job to provide for my habit. Oh, I don't want to get a job to provide for my habit. And the other choice, right? The only choice that I had besides getting a job was like hooking up with ugly dudes. And I couldn't bring myself to do either one. I didn't want to work. I definitely didn't want no ugly dudes. Hindsight now, I ended up doing both before I graduated college. Shh, don't tell the sound engineer. I think he found out. Thank you. But no, like being in college, it was super difficult to survive without a job and a friend with benefits. Like it really was. I had several friends with benefits too. Like Jake, right? He worked at the dining hall and he would sneak me enchiladas when his boss wasn't around, right? My other homie, Carla. Ooh, Carla, she worked at Burger King. And when the store would close and they would throw away the food, she would kind of like bag some for me and then bring it back to the dorms, right? And Henry, yo, my boy Henry, his pops worked for the MTA, right? So we stayed getting bus passes and metro passes. Those are metro passes, bus and train, in case you're not from New York. Oh, you thought I was talking about that other type of friends with benefits? Nah. You think I'm dumb? You think I'm going to tell you about that with a certain sound engineer in the room? No one existed before him. No one mattered. No one counted. Because frankly, I lost count. That was a short laugh, baby. It's all good. No dirty minds here tonight. It's clean comedy, folks. Clean comedy. Anyone else here hate acronyms? No? Short text. Yes, all right. Good. I hate it. It makes me feel dumb, right? No. It makes me feel lazy. Wait. Does dumb come before lazy? Like, do I feel dumb because I'm too lazy to figure out what the actual whole word is? Or is it lazy of me to sit in my dumbness? And this is one of those chicken before the egg situations. I don't know. We'll figure that out next show. I'm not sure. All right. Abbreviations. I hate those two. So I'm playing Words with Friends with my brother. And look, ETC, right? That. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you and me on the same page, right? ETC. I learned that is et cetera. Etc. You know, years, maybe decades to my shame, I thought that word was etc. So I'm playing words with friends, and my brother, he spells out etc. the proper way. And I'm like, I was like, oh man, I say, is my niece over there pushing your keyboard? I say, you making up words, bro. He's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I just got double bonus points for using 4 vowels in a word. I'm like, esoteric? What's an esoteric? Is that like an arachnid or something? That's a new species of spider. He's like, what? Wait, first of all, why do you know arachnid, but you don't know etc.? Like something's wrong. I'm like, because I watch Discovery Channel. There is no channel for discovering etc. properly spelled. So this brings me to my lesson of the week. So moving forward, this show, I'm going to make sure that after you leave here, you're going to leave smarter than you came. Most of you. All right, so here's my lesson for today. Vocabulary. 1, irregardless. That's not a word. It's not a word, okay? There's 2 prefixes. It's not a word. The word is regardless. So, I'll use it in a sentence. Regardless of how many people see the show, I'm still going to try to take your dough. You understand? You see how that works? Okay. Second word. For all intents and purposes. Not all intensive purposes. That doesn't even make any sense. Why are your purposes intensive? Like, do they need medical attention? Like, what is... That doesn't make any sense. Okay, here we go again. I'll use it in a sentence for you. In all intents and purposes, if you try to pirate this video, I will come and I will find out where you live. Got it? You understand? You understand the use now? You good? All right. And that brings me to our last word. Etc. Not like my dumb self thought. Egg, cetera. That don't even make no sense now. Think about it. Egg, cetera. Who would say that is right? And so, etc. is continuous ideas, things, people of the like sort of which you initially named, right? And that, folks, is educational comedy. Yes, baby. Look, I finally did it. I finally did the educational comedy. Yes. If you missed the Father's Day show, then you're lost right now. But you can be found for the low price of $11.99. Go to my website and buy it. That's great. No, but seriously, like acronyms and text linguistics. Like I said, I'm a teacher when the sun is up, and I work at a high school. And I absolutely hate when students use acronyms meant for my smartphone, and it comes out of their dumb mouth. I don't appreciate it. Right? When I'm teaching, I am actually crafting my jokes and practicing my material. So when I say something that I think is extremely funny, and then a kid goes, ha ha, yo, miss, LOL. I would just prefer you either laughed or don't laugh. You can look at me awkwardly, or you can actually like bust a gut. Either way, I'll at least know where you stand in terms of your comedic preferences. But saying LOL, nah, that's bad news. Look, I don't use acronyms for things that I know I'm not going to do. Usually when people say LOL, they're really not going to laugh, right? So that's like if I go to my doctor and she tells me, yes, my doctor is a woman, you better know. That would be a good time to do a laugh because I'm encouraging women's rights. Clearly there's a man at the soundboard. Anyway, if I go to my doctor and she tells me, you know what, Jori? Your triglycerides are off the chart and your cholesterol is super high. I'm going to need you to kind of do something different in terms of the way that you eat. And I'm like, G-I-G-G-O-A-D.
What?
As I sit there and I drink a cup of lard, right? Like, so what is G-G-O-A-D? guess I gotta go on a diet. But who would say that? Who would go around saying G-I-G-G-O-A-D? Right? I hope that trends. If that trends, y'all know y'all heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first. I appreciate older people. We've been doing game nights with my family every week. So when we were away for Fun Friday, I wanted to get back in touch with my roots. I wanted to get back in touch with my peoples. And so I started hosting game nights with my family, like just my family, all of them from like all over the United States. And most of my material is gonna come from those interactions. My family's hilarious. Not in a good way. The way that you want to laugh at them, not with them, right? He's scared to push laugh buttons because he was there. But I like talking to them because if they write something, it's exactly what they're saying, right? So if I say something funny, which I hope I did during the game shows, they write in the chat, ha 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 ha. Right? I get that. I know what that means. That means ha 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 ha. Right? There's no ambiguity. That doesn't mean like you put LOL and it's a light chuckle. No. Ha 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 is ha ha ha. It makes sense, right? I work, so where I work, some of the teachers, they almost as young as the students. And so I'm having a conversation where educational discourse amongst colleagues. We was chatting about some kid. But I digress. During the course of our conversation, she said out loud, SMH. Mad times. I think nothing of it. There goes, I go home, and I think of something from that conversation, so I text her, and she texts me back again, SMH, like mad times. And I'm like, I have no idea what she's saying, this SMH thing. I don't know what this is. So I finally ask her, I'm like, yo, what is SMH? And she sends me a video of Brad Pitt going like this. Now at this point, I could care less what SMH is. I want to know how you get a video of Brad Pitt on your phone, girl. Do you know him? Is he looking for a little slightly overage, black up-and-coming comedian with a little too much visceral fat and unremovable bags? Is he looking for that? Because that's all me. That's all me. Like, I could be his next leading lady. Not in that way. You got too many ex-wives. I can't be into that. Who voted in the primaries this week? Anybody voted in the primaries? Anybody? Yes. Do your part. Your voice does count. Except maybe in Freeport. Listen. No, it was a weird experience, right? So, I went into a time machine, it seemed. I arrived at the voters booth, and when I got there, I voted in the primaries before, so no judgment. No judgment. I voted in the primaries before, and I don't remember it. Like my memory is like I don't remember where I left my keys. I'm not sure. I've been in my house for the last 2 weeks because I don't know where my keys is. I want to leave, especially from these kids. I want to, but I can't. I had to walk to the voting booth. It's a good thing it was close, but I don't remember the experience that I had when I walked to the voting booth today. Like I walked in, and when I entered, the first question was Democrat or Republican. And I was like, I thought that was like supposed to be a secret. I didn't know I was supposed to tell you that from the first moment I walked in. All right, bet, that's fine. So I tell him, I'm like, I'm Democrat. He's like, all right, your table's over there. I'm like, all right, maybe they done, divided the ballots. I'm not sure, whatever. So I go, I sign in, I get the little paper, I go in my little perforated booth situation. I vote for who I vote for. I'm not telling you. It's none of your business. And so I'm like, all right, I'm done. And I'm going to put it into the machine, and this old lady, like, I don't know where she popped out from. She popped out and was like, no, your machine is over there. And I was like, whoa, calm down. Does it matter which machine I put it in? She's like, yes. You're a Democrat, right? I'm like, there goes that question again. Yes, your vote goes over there. Now, again, I don't remember the last time I voted, but this seems suspicious. Like if, I'm just saying if, someone wanted to rig the election and maybe lose a couple hundred voting booths of a certain Democratic Party, I'm just saying, that'd be super easy because they're all in the same machine. Like, what? This doesn't make sense. I'm like, this can't be legal. This can't be ethical. Like, but I'm bugging, right? Because who in their right mind would try to rig the election? Who would do that? No, that wouldn't happen. Unrealistic. Downright unethical. No, it wouldn't happen. No one would ask Russia to interfere with the election. No one would do that. No one. No. I think this year maybe they're going to ask China. I think they are. I can envision it now. There's some angry Chinese person sitting behind a cubicle with a mask on and gloves now, and they're thinking, I will send this to Hillary Clinton. Yes, they always check her email. And you give us corona, don't worry, we get you back. We give you Donald for 4 more years. Could have been funny, maybe not. I'm not sure, depending on your political party. That's my time, folks. I am Jori O'Neale. This is Fun Friday Comedy. I appreciate you sticking around. Listen. Come back next week. I have some funny stories to tell you about a couple of first responders, all right? You're going to want to hear it. This shirt was made by my cousin. Shout out to Miss Shay's shop. Go pick it up wherever she sells them. I'm not really sure. Have a good one, folks. Be well.